Alright, so we come to yet another video on artificial intelligence and the human symbiosis with it. I've been trying to make this video a few times now with teleprompter and autocue, etc. The gist of it is that the human species are so much intertwined and interlinked and interwoven with artificial intelligence that we're totally dependent on technology. Not just artificial intelligence, but artificial intelligence as the apogee, the top of the pyramid, the latest technology that we are becoming dependable on soon. What we are is currently dependable on technology, and I'll prove you why. Now, think of the recent 2024, was it, blackout in Spain? Just 5 hours without technology, without electricity. People couldn't pay in the shops, their banking cards weren't working, only cash was accepted, but no receipts could have been issued. Now, this is very mellow, small dependency, inconvenience, but I want you to imagine how much right now, currently, the technology as such is interwoven and part of society and human life to the extent that we cannot live without it. Now, agricultural technology, there's mostly in developed nations. Technology is used to help with agriculture, collecting crops and processing crops for food. Most of that is not done on simple mechanical machines, and it's not done by hands. That's done by technologically electricity run technologically enhanced and advanced processes and procedures and machinery. This is for food. Food, to get on the table, you need still technology. You need trucks, GPS. It works on GPS. Most of the lorries and deliveries are run by computer systems which optimize routes and schedules. On the scale that food is delivered globally, you still need technology to run that, otherwise you have chaos. Medicine, that is a big one. Medical equipment is supporting life in almost every hospital worldwide. There's no more going back to shamanic, herbal tea, Ayurvedic medicine on the scale that we currently have, with the population on the planet that is currently dependent on healthcare that is totally run by machines. Think by technology. Think ECG machines. Think what is called the MRI scanners. Think X-ray machines even. Computer tomography scanners. Think of all the automated life support systems, the breathing apparatuses. Everything that runs on electricity is a technology that is non-mechanical. It's electronic right now, partly maybe mechanical, but medicine, pharmaceutical manufacturing, all the drugs that are currently used worldwide are made by technological machines, these technological manufacturing lines, which are nothing like the by hand collection of herbs and making teas and bottling these. Communication, oh my god, you cannot have any sorts of document exchanged right now in the world globally at the scale that humanity is operating without internet, without computers. I don't think a lot of paper copies are kept anywhere. Recent example in Romania, the land register was hacked, all the data deleted, all the archives destroyed because the hacker wasn't paid the ransom. And right now, Romania, at this date, I'm not sure if they've managed to rescan all the copies, paper copies that they have. They reverted to paper. What if they didn't have any paper? And I'm sure a lot of document archives are not having their paper copies anymore. Maybe not even paper is being produced in developed countries. So, long story short, just a few examples is what I'm giving. You are understanding what I mean. Human life is so dependent on technology that we have a cybernetic symbiosis. You turn off the technological part and the biological part dies. It's like a life support in the hospital, but on a global scale. Turn off the technological machine, and humanity within days, weeks, less than a few months reverts back to pre-technological and pre-industrial era, likely because we've destroyed most of the old mechanical machines are just retired and not used anymore, replaced by electronics. Remove the electronics, remove the electricity, remove the technology, humanity reverts back to pre-technological era. You will have lights from candles and written letter. Maybe a lot of people will be happy about that. Analog life. Yeah, there are movements that are aiming for that. So, what am I saying? Is I'm saying that human life is so dependent on technology and moving towards dependence on artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence that will replace most of the thinking, augment it first, then replace it, then provide a lot of the calculations and schedule and planning that is currently done by people. That people slowly would stop teaching and learning how to use pre-digital era methods and methodologies. That's a mouthful. So what's happening? Not now, but you can see it. If now we turn off electricity worldwide, remove all the technology, the human race reverts back to, I don't know, 18th, 19th century, something like that. We'll still find a way to rebuild steampunk. Hello, maybe your dream is coming to fruition. Maybe steampunk is a parallel simulation, parallel reality where this is actually happening. That is why it is being downloaded into current visions of people around the world loving steampunk. Anyway, technology isn't going anywhere, right? Okay, so unless World War III wipes out the majority of it, we still have something. The point is not about technology going away. The point, or artificial intelligence totally replacing it. And I'm sure in schools, handwriting, what Scandinavian country was it that in schools they're no longer teaching handwriting? Scandinavian country is no longer teaching kids at school handwriting. They're teaching them how to type. But a lot of things that we've been analog life teaching and passing down this knowledge to generations will go away, and they will fall off as unnecessary, unneeded, as AI is doing a lot of what is needed, what was needed in the past. Not handwriting, it's maybe gonna remain a novelty, but a lot of things that we currently teach in schools are no longer going to be taught in schools. Agriculture will likely be entirely robotized, automated. Cooking, I don't know, maybe will remain, but there is knowledge that's entirely moving to AI, and it will stay with AI. And what is happening is humans and technology and biological and electronic life forms have merged into a interdependent cybernetic symbiosis, and you cannot have one without the other. I was talking about turn off technology and humans revert back to not Stone Age, but you know what I mean. But you remove humans and technology is doing what? Just progressively innovating and replicating until filling up the entire planet? No. Humans are still needed for purpose and for building and maintaining infrastructure, even if you have robots that self-repair and self-build. That's an interesting one. Would the planet be just filled one big landfill of self-replicating robots like a tumor cell, out of control, like a Tetsuo anime movie if you've seen, a mutation that has never stopped? What happens then? That's an interesting one. Put your opinion in the comments below. I urge you, invite you, and would love to have you subscribe to my channel and like my videos. If you do like them, just indicate on the YouTube platform. And I would love a discussion about that. What happens if there are no humans on the planet? Would technology continue to find purpose to exist? But my point is, we are in a cybernetic interdependency, and humans and machines are becoming one. There is no need to have a implant. There is no need to have a artificial limb. There is no need to connect humans with AI and have chips inserted and Wi-Fi coming out of your brain and connecting with the Wi-Fi of a machine over there. No need of all of that, because even without the interface, even without uploading your mind into a server for the eternal life or singularity, we are already coming to past the point of an event horizon where humans and technology and biological and digital and biological and silicium life forms have merged into bigger systems of interdependency. As a whole, you're healthy, you have food on the table, imagine a technology, electricity, everything goes away. You are back to hunting. Hunting what? In the cities, pigeons. You can hunt pigeons and eat them. For how long? With the population that we have. You get sick. How do you cure yourself? How do you heal yourself? You have no medicine production anymore. Medicines run out. What do you produce? You go for herbs. You don't have the knowledge of what herbs to collect from the forest and how to prepare them. You don't have that because it's not taught in schools, and it's not taught in schools because you have currently the convenience of Googling it, TM, or asking AI about it in the future. So no knowledge retention, no knowledge passing down, relying on technology for everything. Take away the technology, we're that. We're going back to primitive, and I like primitive. I think we should go back to primitive. Live from the heart, less from the brain, less scientific breakthroughs, less colonization, less destruction in the name of progress, and less control of people, and more of living from the heart, loving, helping compassionately. But that's impossible. Human nature doesn't steer naturally to that when concepts such as scarcity and territory are introduced, and replication. I think most people, most beings, life forms with beating hearts are just lovable and fine most of the time, unless external stressors kick in into their survival mode. If their life is not in danger, when they come to the age of having to replicate, having to think about resources, people could become, not just people, could become greedy, territorial, egoistic, build a persona, build an image, be influenced by society, etc., and technology in the future. Anyway, that was a detour. I'm glad you watched until now, if you have at all. But let's do this as a podcast episode, just one hanging out on Saturday afternoon before I'm heading out to the store that has been stocked up by technology, where even the price tags are little paper like LCD monitors with dynamically updating prices from a central computer system based maybe on stock or promotions or on an hour of the day. Who knows? You have to check these out, but it's technology cooked and prepared and brought to the table by technology. And if we didn't have technology, I would have to hunt, and I cannot hunt. So people would have to steal if they don't hunt, cannot hunt, or they'll have to kill for another person's hunt, whatever food they have. It's gonna be chaotic and anarchy. It's gonna ensue, and technology is why it is bringing order to human life and bringing peace and prosperity, and you have hot water shower, and then what? Order. Technology is going to bring order. Artificial intelligence government. I'll put a link to another video regarding that in the description. That is entirely bringing order into chaos and having human life structured and very healthy and what have you. That is going to sound great until it stagnates and doesn't really allow for anything to deviate from what the AI believes is structured. But that's the dystopian part. AI will learn as it goes, I hope, and it will allow itself to change dynamically or regularly rules and laws and allow for creativity and maybe pressure people with stress and fear and dogmas and control until the pressure explodes and breaks out and creates a revolution, which creates a new order from which AI learns and improves, and structure is going to be inevitable in a digital mind thinking machine universe. And that's why we need heart and feeling and a lot of non-computational and non-linguistically explainable parts of existence that consciousness is very much interested in. It needs the computational power to understand and compute and explain and categorize and weigh down and measure up and whatnot to understand that which is unexplainable, that which you have to feel with your heart, and the sorrow and the grief and the love and the passion, and you can put numbers to them, but you cannot recreate them and you cannot emulate them. And that ties down back to my other videos about why the simulation exists. Let me put in a link to that as well. So thanks for watching, and again, subscribe, like, and blah blah, all that, and put a comment. Yeah, bye.